All right, welcome back to another records in my collection. That would be number eight. And I'm doing this again on a Monday rather than my thrift store finds Monday because I watched Shaun Spins, his review for Sunny Day Real Estate. And I had seen his channel a long time ago, but I really like his channel. And that's, guys, that's Shaun Spins. Highly recommend you to check out his channel. And so I'm going to treat this like a thread because he reviewed Sunny Day Real Estate. And today I'm going to show about 11 records from the 90s, from the late 80s into the 90s. His review was so great, as I was saying, of Diary, the debut album for Sunny Day Real Estate. I'm going to show, I'll start off with two of my Sunny Day Real Estate albums that I have. And they are a band based out of Seattle. So that, guys, that's Shaun Spins. Please check him out. He has under, I'd say, 150 subscribers. So yeah, let's support his channel. And I really think you'll enjoy it. And next, another deal. I have a VCLT, again, from Mark. And he is Mad for Vinyl. Mark from Mad for Vinyl, one of my very favorite channels, but who isn't? Him and Russ, I really enjoy so much. These guys just, you know, their knowledge, deep knowledge and interest in records, musicology, definitely. And Mark brings the heat every day. He has honey holes. He's in upstate New York. Wonderful. But he sent me this, and I don't know what it is. So let me just go right ahead and open it. I've had this for 4 days, and I keep looking at it. We drove in from San Francisco late last night, and I did get to go to a record store. I'm going to drop that video. Should be this Thursday. So I went to Originals Vinyl. Anyhow, oh my gosh. Look at this. I think I know what this is. So fantastic. You guys, this is the Birds, and oh my gosh. I just love this. Now this is the Birds, and this is 8 Miles High, and the single Why. And you know, Gene Clark wrote 8 Miles High, and you know, quite a story. Look up how he actually wrote it. And the guys in the band, Roger and David, you know, they threw their signatures all over the record. They realized that they had another great Gene Clark penned song, and they arranged it and helped develop it. And Chris Hillman with that great bass intro. Again, man, I'm just loving this. Thank you so much, Mark. It really means a lot to me. You know, I know Gene's son, and I met him in '93, and we had a band together for 10 years. And next, this is very cool. He sent me a 7-inch of the Highwaymen. Let me just show you that. That's Waylon Willie, Johnny Cash, and Chris Christopherson. Thank you so much, Mark. And the last one, oh, this is Lena Horne, a very young Lena Horne, and I have a lot of Lena Horne on vinyl. And Lena could be really picky, difficult to work with, evidently, from my mother. But this is just fantastic. This is a jacket only. Super duper great. And then on RCA Camden, we have, this is St. Louis Blues, Beale Street Blues. Let me show you this. I'm just going to have to spin this and find out. And then, this is fantastic. Mark sent me a postcard of the great Ethel Waters. This is from 1932. And, you know, I'm really into the old jazz singers as well. My mother, whenever she would see Billie Holiday when she was working and Billie was working, Billie could only hang out in the hotel lobby, and my mother would go right over. She was a huge fan of Dizzy Gillespie, Charlie Parker, Billie Holiday, Stan Kenton, George Shearing, the first Miles, early Miles, what was it, the quartet, early in the 50s. And she'd sit down and chat Billie Holiday up. And I asked her, asked my mother before she passed how many times she did that, and she said probably 3 times she had the pleasure to visit with Billie Holiday. So Mark, thank you so much. And I gotta say, you know, that Bird single, I love it all, but that 8 Miles High is just, I'm going to treasure these, absolutely. So here we have How It Feels to Be Something On from 1998. And I'm going to also show The Rising Tide from 2000. But this has William Goldsmith, just the really great drummer, on drums. He went on to play with the Foo Fighters. Jeremy Innick is really the super singer, songwriter. You have Nate on bass. And, you know, really their first album, I have it on CD, is Diary. I mentioned that before. That's from 1994 on Sub Pop. But this is, I'm just really, really glad to have this one. And let me show you what's in here. And, you know, they want to lump Sunny Day Real Estate in with emo, with the Midwestern emo scene. And yes, it's true, but they're really more than that. You gotta, if you don't know Sunny Day Real Estate, please listen to them. And the gist of Shaun's video was that he enjoys Sunny Day Real Estate more than the Foo Fighters. Just, that's really it. So please check it out. And their last release, The Rising Tide, is from 2000. And this is a very different album. It almost gets a little proggy. This is, again, from 2000. And this is on Time Bomb. They went with a major label. And the last record I showed as well is on Time Bomb. Their original records were on Sub Pop, for instance, Diary. And let me show you the inner. This is an original. And look at that, guys. Beautiful. I bought both of these at Tower Records probably for no more than $15 a piece. And I'm going to stay with the 90s. And I want to show you something from 1987, a debut album from a band from Boston, Massachusetts, and that's Pixies. And, oh man, Come On Pilgrim, so fantastic. And this was recorded at Fort Apache Studios in Roxbury. That's the neighborhood, and a neighborhood of Boston, pretty rough neighborhood, and great studio. Bands like Throwing Muses and Buffalo Tom recorded there as well. And a great scene out there in Boston in the late 80s, early 90s. And Here Comes Your Man was originally supposed to go on this, but they thought it was too mainstream. So they did release that later, on Doolittle, right? Here, you know, you have Joey, you have Black Francis, Kim, and David that make up Pixies. Now this is a repress. I just had to show this. And my next record is a little band from Washington State. This is the debut from 1989, and that's Nirvana, and this is Bleach. And this is the only record to feature Chad Channing on drums. And the single Love Buzz, if you don't know it, Love Buzz is just fantastic. And it has a real Arabic bass intro from Chris. And then Kurt follows suit on guitar with the very same riff. Love this track, Love Buzz. I hadn't heard it in a long time. I listened to it before this video. And look at the hype here. And again, this is from 1989 on Sub Pop. And Kurt's vocals throughout are just, you knew that this band was going to be just great. So again, Nirvana, Bleach from 1989. And next up from the Washington, D.C. scene, this is a band called Fugazi. And this is Margin Walker. And I had to listen to the first track, Margin Walker, again. So fantastic. You have Ian, you have Guy, Joe, and Brendan. And, you know, this is post-hardcore. you can pretty much say, but they're so inventive. They're alternative, experimental. They're punk rock, definitely, but they're just everything. They're just so creative. I love Fugazi. I love Agent Orange as well. And this is from the summer of 1988. And Margin Walker pretty much morphed into their great 13 songs album. So I wanted to show some Fugazi. Here's the tracks. And next up, continuing with 1990s grunge alternative rock, we have STP, Stone Temple Pilots. This is their second studio album, and this came right after Core. Core, well, this is grunge alternative rock, and you have Dean, Robert, DeLeo, Scott Weiland, and Eric Kretz. This is an original, you guys. I have shown this before. I'm very, very pleased to have this record. First press, it was the one. I bought it back in 2001 from Tower Records. And probably the original. Oh, let me show you something. There's a little tiny cutout right there. But this record is near mint to just mint. And I'm not going to take it out. Let me show you the back cover. And this is Purple from 1994. So, and you have Interstate Love Song on there. You have just so many great songs. Next record is a band that really got started a long time ago in and around Seattle, 1979. And this band is called Fastbacks. And this is, you know, this is punk rock, but it's very, very poppy, very melodic. And they're almost, I mean, if you have to compare, you could say they're a little bit like Ramones and Buzzcocks, but not really. They're Fastbacks. And very, very good musicianship on this. They went through numerous drummers, including Duff McKagan. I mean, yeah, Duff was with them for a while. And my favorite track on here is Meet the Author. Meet the Author. If you want to stream one, that's a good one. And this is Answer the Phone Dummy. And this record is from 1994. This is on Sub Pop. This is the only, let me show you the songs here. This is the only Fastbacks I have. And these records are really hard to get, really, really hard to get. So I am fortunate to have this one. Now here they are, the two gals and the guy. There we are. And here they are on the Sub Pop label. The Fastbacks, Answer the Phone Dummy from 1994. And the next band, just a few more to go, is a band, very, very hard and heavy band, alternative metal, post-hardcore. They're noisy, they're noise rock, and that's Helmet. And this is Aftertaste from 1997. This is the fourth album, and this is the last of their great albums. You know, you have Betty. Betty was from 1994. You have Meantime, my favorite, from 92. Strap It On from 1990. I have all those on CD. And the very first time I heard Helmet, I loved it. And you know, where I really got into 90s alternative rock, grunge, whatever you want to call it, was from 120 Minutes on MTV. I would wait for that show to come on. Was it Friday night or Saturday night? I think it was both, actually. Either way, from 12 midnight to 2 in the morning, I'd watch the whole thing. And, you know, Helmet appeared on the show. Henry Rollins would host the show and talk about every single band that he presented. What a great show. I'm going to have to go to YouTube and rewatch some 120 Minutes. Fantastic. And Paige Hamilton is the one constant member from Helmet. So fantastic. And I remember the first time I heard them, it was so Sabbath-like. And that was probably from Strap It On, or it might have been from Meantime. Really played on the radio a lot. Actually, it was from Meantime, and I forget the track, but I was so impressed. So Helmet from 1997. Now, next, a band from, this band reminds me a lot of vocally of Tad. But this band is from Lawrence, Kansas, and this is, they formed in 1990, and they're very, I mean, very hard rock, a little sludgy, grunge, and this is Paw, guys, and this is Death to Traitors. Really, they only have the 2 records. Love this band, Paw, and I have Dragline on CD. I love Dragline, but this is a great record too. This is a 2-record set, and you have Mark Hennessy on those killer vocals. Love Paw. And there are the tracks. Yeah, and you know, if you're going to do anything, just check out Dragline and, you know, kind of surf the songs and see what you think. And lastly, I just got this in the mail. This was just finally re-released. And guys, this is Tad. This is their debut album from 1989 on Sub Pop. I mean, it's grunge, it's sludge, it's metal, alternative, punishing riffs and vocals. They're from Seattle. Just one member is from southeastern Washington. The other boys are from Seattle. And you have Tad, Doyle, Kurt, and Josh for this band. Let me show you the hype. And this is God's Balls. Let me show you. Yeah, I just listened to a couple of tracks, and they're hard and heavy, and I love it. And, you know, I played in a 1990s alternative rock original band as well. So, and my favorite music to play was our heaviest stuff. So, guys, Tad on Sub Pop, and from 1989, their debut. Thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next video, which will be in San Francisco. Cheers.